You're watching Been Living with Big B, streaming to you live from Western Australia. It's currently 8:30 p.m. on a Thursday evening. Just thought I would jump on here real quick and just say hey and what's going on. It's been a while. Looking forward to catching up with everyone. Also, I'm going live off my new phone, so I wanted to check that out as well. See how that bad boy operates. Hope everyone is enjoying the week so far and looking forward to the weekend. Scrapping with Grandpa. Hey, I just stopped in for a minute. No problem. You're on your way to work. I've seen the notification. Thank you so much, Scrapping for Grandpa. Appreciate you. Alpesh. Hi, Alpesh. Namaste. And Francis. Hi, Francis. Bro, you are up early. You are getting up earlier and earlier. Grab it. My friend, the astute tourist. G'day, g'day. How are you? So glad that you're able to catch one of my lives. Zombie, hey, love and blessings to you guys. Look, look, there's a couple of things I wanted to bring up. One is I wanted to test how the live looks on the new phone. Got it upgraded, and I just wanted to check how it looks and all that. How's it looking, Grabbit? And how's it sounding? Grabbit's my man. He is my main man. Hey there, Gail. Hello from Nova Scotia in Canada. Greetings and welcome, everyone. Appreciate everyone's topping in. What is up, Maori baby? Oh, love my last video. Thank you, and I appreciate your comment. I haven't got, I read it. I haven't reacted to anybody's comments yet, but I will get there. Sometimes things take time, and I just want to thank everyone in advance for liking the live stream and sharing it out if it's if at all possible. But yeah, got the thumbs up from Grab It Fast as far as the new phone and the picture and the sound. So super, extremely happy about that to no end. Greetings and welcome everyone if you're just joining us. Streaming to you live from Western Australia. It's currently 8:33 p.m. on a Thursday evening here. One of the other things I wanted to address was Western Australia, or my state, is going through a cyclone in the northwest of our state, which is over 2,000 kilometres away, but it's a Category 5 and it's the largest category that you can get, so it won't adversely affect us as far as the high winds and all that, but we'll get like the residual tail end of the cyclone. So for the last 3 days it's been coming down like cats and dogs, and so it's been like stopping me from going out and doing my dumpster diving, and probably for the next 5 days it's going to be terrible. So either you won't get any content at all, which is the likelihood, although I do have a video in the barrel for you guys. So, keep an eye out for the notification on that. Otherwise, shucks, we'll just go live if we have to and have heaps of fun with everybody on the lives. Thank you, thank you. Just seen you pop up to come to say hi. Well, I hope that everything's going well for you. I still haven't gotten around to grabbing up their camera, Maori baby. But we'll get there. We will get there. So also, for any of those who don't know, the astute tourist, he is a content creator based over in the United States, ex-vet, and enjoys. He enjoys daily lives and getting in touch with his followers in that way. You live here in northeastern USA. Well, there you go, northeastern USA. There's a lot of places in northeastern USA, right? Yeah. Yeah, but please go over and check out his channel. He's a really awesome guy and friendly, and he's got a beautiful demeanor. One of the reasons why I enjoy connecting and watching his lives. So please go check him out. So yeah, this category 5. Oh, you go live every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. 16. There you go. There's the times if you're ever interested in wanting to be in the throes of awesomeness. Please go and check out the Astute Tourist. So yes, as I was talking about before I went off on another tangent, yeah, experiencing a cyclone category 5. So usually the cyclone season happens around the beginning of December and ends around about this time of the year. And just the weather pressures and the tropical weathers, the climates. Sorry, the tropical climates that the Australian continent, or the island, if you like, experiences have these cyclones. They're very similar to, well, I mean, they're a hurricane, basically. They're a southern hemisphere hurricane. So Isa is the name of the hurricane, is blowing down on the northwest of the continent in a place called Port Hedland, Carrigan, and the likes of those general areas. Yes, Category 5 is the nasty. It is the nastiest. There is nothing. There is no Category 6. Basically. So have we got D in the house? Hey D, good morning. Yes, we've had some nasty weather for sure, and it looks like it's not letting up anytime soon. So this is just going to be like a live warning, not so much about the cyclone, but rather that the content's going to be a little bit stretched at the moment. But that's the way it goes. It's been tough out in the diving sector anyway. At least from my end, I still see heaps of creators out there finding amazing stuff, and I guess you got to be Johnny on the spot, really, right? You got to be Action Jackson and out there all the time. As I've always campaigned and professed to anyone that was starting off dumpster diving, you got to go out there a lot until you find your routine, until you find the dumpsters that ultimately become your honeypots. But is it sustainable in the long scheme of things? I guess it depends on where you're located and the population relative to your location. Obviously, there's where there is a greater population, there's going to be more waste, and I don't live in an extremely populated area. However, in the past, I found some amazing things. But anyway, weather is the adverse reason of this time around, and so yeah, there's going to be very little footage over the next few days as the weather gets worse. Yeah, so that's my reason, and I'm sticking to it. Kiddlywinks. But like I said, I do have a short video in the pipeline, so I am looking forward to sharing that with you guys. And yeah, it should be it's pretty interesting. Like one of the, and I will say without divulging too much, that I did come across a hell of a mess in one of my most popular, or one of my favorite dumpsters, and man, my heart sank when I saw it. I was just like in total disbelief, and it's a crying shame that that people will go in there to hopefully find something and then leave a mess in the aim to find something, but they're thinking that leaving that mess is going to be okay. Like, if they keep coming back to it and hoping that it's going to be unlocked and everything's going to be tickety boo, and when I come across that, I hope you're not the person that calls themselves dumpster divers when you do that, because the dumpster divers that I know, that I've learned to love and respect and to be inspired by, certainly do not do that. So it's very dishonorable. And as far as I'm concerned, when you leave that mess for employees to handle, and it's a no wonder they don't get pissed off and start locking shit up or pouring, you know, um, bleach on stuff or destroying it. You're not doing anyone any favors, least of all yourself. So I really wanted to get that off my chest because I found it really disturbing, one thing. And I can't believe that if someone had come about starting to dumpster dive because they watched videos, on YouTube, you know, they certainly wouldn't have got any indication that that was part of what you do. Just when you see it, you'll understand. So I hope you guys do check it out. Hey, Phyllis, what is going on? Gary Dwyer. Hey, Gary, I've been replying to your messages, my friend. Thank you for popping in, brother. What part of Australia are you in, Gary? Oh, you're in fast from. Man, how do you pronounce that, bro? Chuka. Boy. Who else is in here? If I've missed you, I apologize. Everyone looks pretty much the same. Oh, yes, Misty. Oh, hey, Misty. What's up? Oh, you're in Victoria. Okay, and Cece, Texas Garden. Hey, Cece. Yes. So yeah, Gary, you were asking about like what the times I go out, which was cool because I was actually going to address those particular questions that you asked. And Gary is an inspired dumpster diver. He said he went out for his first time not that long ago, recently, last night or the other night. Got a few things out of Aldi's that helped, friends and family and the chickens, which is super cool, my bro. Whoa, did I miss a super chat somewhere? Oh, the astute um, Taurus sent me a super chat. Thank you, brother. A super sticker. Appreciate that so much. Hey, Tanya, what's going on? Sister, dumpster diving, T&D in the house. Oh, Cynthia. Well, I had no idea. I'll pull over as soon as we go. I'll be jumping on that bad boy. Dumpster juice. Schweppes, you can't beat it. Yeah, so total disrespect there. But yeah, some of the questions you asked was and I did reply to your comment, Gary. And one of them was, what time do I go out? Do I worry about security? What are the things that I say? And do I worry about cameras? So I do. I will say this. Hey, Manuela Kips from Berlin, Germany. Greetings, old friend. Um, so I go at night myself, Gary. I go at night. I go on when the stores are closed, so there's less staff around, and I don't worry too much about confrontation myself. Only thing that irks me about confrontation isn't the negative energy. It's just it stops me from doing what I need to do in the flow of it. I just like to be able to get in there and do what I need to do uninterrupted, and then sort of move on to the next dumpster. Basically, so that's the reason why I do that. But I have like zero care factors about like the people that might see me or like have bad thoughts about me or yell at me from across the car park going oi. I generally ignore all of that, and that includes security. Security, I haven't had too many issues with at all, but people will call out from their car and try to grab my attention. And my only tip is to just carry on with what you're doing until they actually walk up to you and draw your attention. Um, you know, and when they draw your attention, okay, then you can engage with them. Otherwise, I, I pretty much ignore them. I carry on with what I'm doing. If I've got stuff on the ground and they rock up, I focus purely about putting that stuff in my car and plead ignorance. Oh, shucks, I didn't hear you. Sorry, mate. Well, what's up? Oh, you can't be here. Oh, okay, no worries. They asked me to move on. I move on. I do not talk about any of the stuff that I've got in my hands. I don't talk about any of the stuff that's on the ground. I just put it into the car and move on like I own the place, basically. But that's security. At West, at West, that what any security can do is call the cops. That's the worst that they can do. They can't move you on. They they can move you on. Jackie Feathercatcher. Hey, Jackie, how are you? So good to see you, my friend. Do you still have the register with the police? No, no, I don't register with the police. I just registered my car with my. So this is what I done. Also, Gary is I got pulled over one time, dumpster diving. The cops asked a couple of questions. At the end of it, they let me go and carry on with what I'm doing and said, have a good night." But what they did say in the conversation was, you should go to the watch house, register your car, let them know that this is what you do. Because federally, across Australia, it's illegal to dumpster dive. That's it in a nutshell. The cops don't police it. They only police it if they get called into a situation. You've gone into private property, or you're damaging private property. You've ignored trespass notices, or you've ignored trespass. If you've been trespassed from a property. So that's the only time they really get involved. So far, there's been no accounts of someone in Australia, at least, that has gone to jail. However, the people have been fined. People have been fined, and but whether that's for dumpster diving, I'm not really sure. Um, Khan says I had security come while diving this week. He asked me if I found anything good. There you go. That's a positive. That's a great one. At the end on conversation, he just says, "Don't leave a mess," and that's practically all they are really asking for is just respect the premises that you're around. Because generally, we come with good intentions. We're not really there to check exterior doors or look through these windows or any of that shit. We don't do none of that. we just go into the dumpsters, extract rubbish or goodies or food or whatever it is that we're looking for, and we go along our way. Try and leave a zero footprint. So my encounters with police so far have been really positive. Been really positive. Hey, Barbara. Barbara McCormick in the house. Thank you for the super sticker. Happy Mac. Love and blessings. It's 10 months. 10 months as a member there, Jackie. You're a beast. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Just go in respectfully. Know what the codes are for dumpster diving, and that's always take enough for yourself and what you can share. Um, leave it cleaner than how you found it. Always be respectful. If approached. Um, and whoever's there first has best dibs, has dibs on whatever's on there, whatever is in there. Um, but taking everything was never really what dumpster diving initially was all about. It was really just to showcase and highlight the waste that was happening in corporate America, right? Donating never really was part of what dumpster diving was originally about, like especially through a lot of my research. Donating became a part because we were finding all of the stuff, and then there was like an obligation to be able to help the environment and our community by doing something with it because we were Johnny on the spot and hands on. Hey Janine, how are you? We can't even get into the premises, unfortunately. Stores have private security sitting in the receiving area where bins are kept. Uh, okay, Jenny. Well, that's unfortunate. Private security are very limited to what they can do. At the end of the day, the reality, you're all to bed. Take care. Good night, sweetheart. Yeah. Oh, and Mama Jane is in the house. Hey, Mama Jane. Didn't see your name pop. Oh, there you are. Big love and hugs to you too, Mama Jane from South Carolina, USA. Um, Private security are very limited to what they can do. It's not like they can put hands on you and physically remove you from places. At worst, they can just call the police and then put a trespass notice on you. You have to run. Also, get back to work. Shh! Don't tell the boss. Your secret is safe with me. And thanks for popping in. I know it's great seeing you and everyone in the chat. Have a great night. Thank you. Thank you so much. Shaunos in the house. What's up, Shaunos? I know. I was just talking about it. From 2000. It's a Cat 5 right now. I was just talking about and and you're over on the East Coast, Shaunos, right? And I'm like 2,000 kilometers away from Ilsa, and she is already throwing terrible weather down these ways. Ross McGregor watching from Port Hedland. A couple more hours and it will be on us. Oh, I know, bro. Straight up, Ross, man. Stay safe, brother. Far out. That is crazy, bro. Straight up. I've been watching the progress. And yeah, man, it's just was it like 100, an hour ago was 180 Ks off the coast. And it had already been code red, for a few hours. So yeah, Ross, bro, be safe up there, man. Straight up, be safe, bro. In lockdown, I know what it's like. I used to live in Karratha, and I've been through a couple of cyclones, and I worked in a steel yard, I had to tie everything down, like triple tie everything, man. Like I worked in Medallia steel, so every and like and 80% of all of the steel that and metal and all that was in the yard was outside. The cats and the dogs, Phyllis, they're really good. How's things going with your scrapping? You're in the eastern part of. Oh, you're in South Australia. Yeah, that's right, Shaunos. Might be a little moisture from the remnant. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we're getting a lot of moisture. I've got to go, Cynthia. No worries. Take care and thank you. And I'll come and check out your gardening channel. Straight up. Um, Happy Mac. Yeah, I've seen you drive by shopping curbside through town, but was wondering if the town frowns upon that too. No, nah, curbside, like here is fully acceptable. Like you go up to somebody's pile outside their house, Barbara, outside their house, and they come out of the house and they go, "Oh, that works," or "Can I give you a hand to load it?" Like it is so accepted, and I think that's why the cops don't don't worry so much about dumpster divers because it's such a culturally accepted activity, and you don't get like dirty looks from people driving because it's so common. People drive by with trailers, and there's a guy on YouTube called the Poly Prophet, and he that's what he does. He drives around with a trailer and a truck, and he just goes curbside, and he does it for scrapping and stuff like that, scrap metal. But of course, in your adventures, you just find like tons of like stuff that's cool, and he's always finding cool stuff. But yeah, is it frowned upon? No, it is widely accepted as a normal activity here. Oh, some call the cops. Misty, you heard Australia is very beautiful. It is very beautiful. I come from a beautiful country in New Zealand. You know the coastlines, the mountains, the native bushlands, the forests. It's a beautiful country, and I've travelled up and down on both sides of my country. But Australia is just another, like a different level of beauty. You know, the deserts, the endless coastlines, thousands of kilometers, thousands upon thousands of kilometers of coastlines. Over 3,000 islands surround this giant island that's nearly the same landmass as the United States. Just about the same landmass as the United States, barring the tips ends of Alaska and some other states. So it's huge, it's massive. Just its vastness is just mind blowing. So I'm always surprised. Not only like the wildlife too is crazy. I mean, like there's wildlife everywhere, but man, the wildlife here is wild. Never. I was so scared when I come to like Australia. Like everything, all my research led to everything wants to sting you, bite you, eat you, kill you, strangle you, scrunch you. Wow. I tell you, man. And it was all in my head. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Stay safe, sweetheart. I will. Thank you. Ma Jane, you'd love to go to New Zealand as well, as it's a beautiful country. You really want to come to Australia one day. I've heard that the folks there are so friendly. You should check out like some channels of Americans that have migrated to Australia and New Zealand. There's quite a few like channels out there like that, And yeah, and just check out their testimonies. Free healthcare. Free healthcare. Can you imagine that? Like even for tourists or visitors, when you come over, if you get into an accident, they will take care of you. Is it still hot in Australia? Winter's starting to set into Cape Town. Janine, it is. It's just starting to cool down. We are entering our winter time, my favorite time of the year, and yeah, we're in autumn right now. So same as you, we're southern hemisphere, right? So Ilsa is like the third or fourth category 5 of the season for the western region. So there's been 2 category 5s this year because the season started in the 1st of December, as it always does. You must be getting your information from somewhere. Hang on, that's what I've thought about Australia too. Killer crocs, killer spiders, killer snakes. They, they are those. There are those things, but I've lived quite happily without coming across any crocodiles because they're not in this area. They're more in the northern areas, the northern parts of Australia, like Darwin, Northern Territory. The not even in the top part of the northwest of Western Australia. They're not even really there yet. But yeah, but I've lived quite happily without. I've never been stung or bitten or worried about anything like that. In fact, I've had like so much zero contact. I've become a little bit complacent. I really should be always aware of our surroundings. I mean, the Aborigines lived, you know, with wilder wildlife than just spiders, crocodiles, and bloody snakes. They had like, for 60,000 years, they've had like giant kangaroos, that all sorts of like unreal things, and they are cool for school. Stay safe, everyone. You all have them big old mean nasty spiders. We sure do. I don't hate anything like spiders and shudder. They are ick. They're not everybody's cup of tea, that's for sure. Mud. Wow, the big 7-0, eh? Coming up in June, another couple of months away there, Phyllis. But I don't worry about that. Hungry alligators, black widows, and rattlesnakes, or even the bear that lived under my cousin's mobile home. Get out of here. Hey, kia ora, Nita. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate your all your guys, continued support, love, and encouragement. It enables me to be able to carry on doing what I love doing, and that's going out and treasure and goody hunting, in the dumpsters, and then being able to retrieve what I can to help not only myself, but my family and my family and friends, but also other people in the community. Now, whilst those numbers have been like getting squeezed, and the cost of living is always getting high, I'm by no means a well-off person. I still have to go to work. My wife still has to go to work full time, and we get a little bit of money on the side doing social media. But it's still a live week by week, and dumpster diving helps us immensely to no end. Like, we don't have, I haven't had to buy toilet paper, for example, for a year, and laundry powder for 2 years, or laundry liquid, or dishwashing liquid. And I just got a tray of dog food when we were just running out of dog food. That's money that we can put on other things, like making sure our gas and our power is always above water level. Oh, much love to you too, Barbara. Thank you so much. Always enjoy seeing your name pop up in the comments, my dearest friend. So good to see you, and thank you so much. Don't get very many spiders in Cape Town, but I'm terrified of baboons. They'll literally come into your house if you have food out. Oh man, especially those mankins. Oh man, they are big animals. Stand up as big as a man, with big gaping mouths and these really gnarly teeth. Yeah, that scare me too, and I've never even come across them. But my sister used to live in, well, not in South Africa. She lived in Botswana, but her husband is South African, and their family lived in Natal, Bearers Court. So, he used to tell me about the wildlife there. It was crazy, the stories he would say. Hey, Anne Reynolds, Margie, your birthday is tomorrow, the 14th. You'll be 59. Love your channel. Thank you, Margie, and happy birthday for tomorrow. If I don't, well, I mean, the 14th. So yeah, it'll be tomorrow. I'll be celebrating your birthday before you because, oh, hang on, depends where you're from. Where are you from, Margie? Are you in Australia? And we had a hurricane comes through here several years ago, and it did a lot of damage and lost 3 people. Yeah, wow, that's insane, Anne. That is crazy. Oh, Nita, you're from Wellington, and I've tried dumpster diving here, but unfortunately, the stores lock our bins away. Okay, then try other stores. Have you tried other stores? Oh, you're in Florida, Marty. So yeah, I'll be experiencing your birthday before you do. Oh yeah, we just have big snakes in my part of Florida. Really, there's no. Oh, in your part, okay, but there are like caiman. Is that right? I don't. I'm not the best at the geography. So Nita, Wellington is a major city, man. Wellington is a major city, but it's pretty well spread out. I would check like $2 stores and stuff like that. $2 stores, um, and I would go to like distribution places, like industrial areas, especially New Zealand. Especially New Zealand, I would check out like food distribution stores, places like that, factories. Find out if there's any family that like work in those areas. So give you some access and check those dumpsters, man. I know we try and emulate what we see on the videos. So we wanna copy what we see. But of course, Australia is so different to the United States, and then the same as New Zealand, so different from Australia. Like Briscoes, I would check out places like Briscoes, and during the day, when like with the warehouse is open, just go for just to look, just to drive by, just to see where it's at during the day. It might not be so easy to go at night. Um, I'll definitely give it a go. Yeah, it's worth a try. Look, the more reconnaissance you put into the efforts, uh, the more efforts you put into your reconnaissance, the more information that you'll be able to gather to make um not executive, but to make calculated decisions about like when's the best time to go, understanding the dumping habits or even the delivery habits of some of these stores. It might take a month or so or two to find out exactly which is good, but at least once you've gathered that information, it's so worth it. It's so worth putting in the time and the effort like early to find out all of that information. And the more information that you have, the better chance you have of minimizing the risk of getting caught and maximizing the opportunities of finding good things really quickly. And you might not be able to take everything, but you might be able to grab a handful of something to make it worth your while. And I guess you have to find out whether it's going to be a lifestyle thing for you or a means to like a side hustle, like whatever you find you can like resell and make a little bit of extra money. um that Ivan that came through, oh, it was Hurricane Ivan you were talking about. Certain provinces in South Africa, you need to check your swimming pool before getting it because of hippo. Oh, stop it! That would scare me more than a baboon. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, anytime. Yeah, it's worth putting in the legwork, and then yeah, and it can apply in any town. But Wellington's it's one of New Zealand's major cities. It is New Zealand's capital. Just with population alone, you know that there's waste in there. And okay, stores do lock up their bins, but not every store locks up their bins. Not everyone. There's a lot of we're dealing with human nature here, and human nature is that are complacent. We are complacent. We might go hard out of following the rules for like 6 or 7 months, and then boom, that one time we forget to do it, or someone didn't follow the procedure, or there was a hiccup in the system, there was a training error, whatever. This human error is runs wild, even for ourselves as individuals. You got a dip. Got to go and get my son's girlfriend to school. Okay, Mama Jane, get your girl. I hope they both go to school. No. You have a great one too, Mama Jane. It was awesome talking to you. Oh, and one thing I wanted to share with you guys also was I got a new logo. I don't know if you've noticed. I've had the Bin Living Adventures with Big B logo that was done by Juan Morales. He created that yellow round logo with the yellow bee on it, and I've been utilising that for the last couple of years. So we've just changed it up, and Grab It Fast was kind enough to get that one made up for me, and so now I'm using it. It's a completely different colour, and still has Been Living with Big B on it, and so yeah, it's growing on me more and more. And I hope it grows on you guys too. I'm really enjoying it. Um, Janine, I watched a documentary on Australia and was surprised to see the outback is actually the middle of Australia. Yeah, yeah, it contains three deserts. There's one called the Western Desert, the Simpson Desert, and the Central Australian Desert. It is one of the driest places on Earth, next to the Sahara and one place in south of Siberia, where it's like just it's so cold, it's dry. But yeah, that's the outback where they go walkabout. And Reynolds, yes, yes, Big B, yeah, the new logo. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am enjoying it, and so just a huge props to Grab a Fast for doing that for me. It's awesome. I love it, and yeah, it's just hopefully another leaflet in the chapter of Been Living with Big B journey, and I'm glad you guys can come along with me on this journey. It's been a trip so far for just over 3 years now. Been doing this and many more years to come. Um, I hope my hardcore followers will, because I love dumpster diving and everything that is associated with it, and I guess I'll always carry on doing that. I might not make it the always the forefront of my content. Well, I'm just getting older and I'm just getting lazier too. I'm just getting older and less fitter, harder to become fitter. So jumping in and out, which I um, which I have difficulty in anyway, is not always going to be an option. So I'm always, hopefully my hardcores will just enjoy the personality that is Big Ben. Oh, no matter what I do, you guys will just follow anyway, and that's cool. I suppose if dumpster diving was ever to fall to the wayside, I may lose a lot of views, and that will be sad. But I will be glad of a new chapter beginning, if because I do intend on migrating back to New Zealand at some stage, and just showing you just like how beautiful my country is, especially where I live. I'm like right next to the ocean, and everything's about living off the land and living off the ocean. And that was my lifestyle before I came to Australia. Coming to Australia was all about working and earning a living and earning a lifestyle of one that we thought we deserved when we lived in New Zealand. But as it turns out, money wasn't everything. We already had everything we needed back in New Zealand, and we needed to be like away from it to come here. And but it's been awesome though. I'm never coming to Australia was one of the best things we'd ever done. But it brought home a lot of realizations about like what is really true in our lives, and it's nothing materialistic or anything like that. Nah, not for me, not for us anyway. You don't need a fancy car or a fancy house. You can live quite simply and humbly and and minimally, minimally, if that's even a word. That's funny. You made a ham and sweet potato and broccoli and lemon pie for Easter. Wow. Gary, the outback starts just north of. Oh, right, that's where it all begins. Oh, New South Wales. Big B in the house. We'll love to see it. I'll be here with you as long as you post videos. Cool, Margie. I'll be sure to always to post videos. What about anaconda snakes? Have I seen one? No, I haven't seen. That's not true. In my first year, I saw my first snake Me and my wife were buying a new car, and in the northwest of Western Australia, and when we opened up the door to leave, a snake just wriggled its way into the showroom, and it was only a little thing. And when I saw it, I kind of just stepped away, and it just wriggled past me into the showroom, and the people in there freaked out. They jumped up on the things like that, and one guy came in with a shovel and brush to try and brush it up, and it turns out it was a baby death adder, and was more poisonous. One of the most poisonous snakes on the planet, a death adder. Uh, to me, anything that starts with death, yeah, avoid at all costs. But that was my first experience, and then my second experience was out in like out in the middle of nowhere. We were moving these housing accommodations onto trucks. They were mobile home things onto trucks, and we lifted one up, and about 30 snakes just started scrambling for shade. For shade, because it was dead hot. It was nearly 50 degrees Celsius, which is like 140, Fahrenheit or something stupid like that. And so they all just scattered, and because I'm not experienced with snakes, I didn't know what they were. Guys were jumping in their trucks and going, beeping their horns and going, "Get out of there, get away from there." But no anacondas as such. And I won't leave you. I'm going to stay right here all the time. I love your videos. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Anne. Well, as I'm learning more and trying more things, I'd like to add like a bit more humor and a bit more creativity, and stuff like that makes you kind of be on the edge of your seat, and I want to create videos and content that make you wonder what I'm gonna be up to next. I want you to like think of my videos as, when you see my name pop up, you go, "Oh yeah, I wonder what he's up to, what he's doing now. What's he doing next?" That's what I wanna, you know. That's how I want to create content. Plus, I've been leaning towards like cooking, back to cooking videos. Oh, hi Roxanne. Sorry, Roxanne. Before I can carry on, sorry, Roxanne. How are you, my old friend? So, recently I've been putting up shorts of pavlovas and banoffee pie, and I just chucked one up not long ago. Homemade steak and cheese pies, and I've put up breads and fried breads, and all cooking with dump ingredients is all found in the dumpster. So so I'm going to be leaning towards that as interesting content, just as a side thing. I used to watch a channel ages ago, guys, and he never show his face, but he'd show that he'd go into a dumpster, he'd pick a few items out, and the food looked amazing. He never took meat or anything like that. It was always vegetables or maybe packaged soup or something. And then he would take it home, and you'd watch him clean it down, wash it all, and then he would cook with it straight away. He'd dice it, slice it, and then he'd make himself a meal, a toasted sandwich, a burger, whatever. And it was all done in about like 7 or 8 minutes. But it just I always remembered it from years ago, and I just thought, man, that is like super cool. Janine, what's the craziest thing you have found in a dumpster? The craziest? I'll tell you the craziest thing I saw that made my heart like race because I wasn't too sure what I was looking at was like a family of mannequins in an open dumpster. A store was closing down and they were throwing all their shit out. And there were mannequins, except they were dressed. And there were two kids and two adults, and they were just laying there. So and I was using a headlight at the time, so it wasn't like the brightest thing. And when I saw it, my heart was going, oh my God, I thought I found a dead body, I thought I found dead bodies. I thought there was like a mass murder. I was like in the midst of a mass murder here in my sleepy town. And my heart started racing, and I was trying to adjust the lights and adjust my eyes, and I was like, close one eye, make sure some good one can focus in. And then when the light sort of like shone, and then I got a bit closer, and oh, a family of mannequins. But it tripped me out. I'm telling you, like I just like for a moment there, I thought I was in the middle of like a CSI scene from CSI, straight up. So that was crazy, but not far from. It's hard to define, to be honest, Michelle. Sorry, Jenny, because my finds come in different categories. Like my favorite things to find are like essential, useful items, everyday items, like the kettles that I find. I use those every day. So I love finding that. That's really awesome stuff. And the household items that I don't have to spend money on, and animal food. These are like everyday, ongoing, expensive things. So those are for me, they're the best things I like to find. The most expensive things is I found jewelry and I found camping gear with thousands of dollars, So they're always the most expensive things, and then there's the fun things I like to find, like kids toys and stationery and books and anything to do with kids, because my grandkids will benefit from those sort of items, and so they're always my happiest fun things to find. And so there's nothing really weird, but like a like sex toys or drugs or anything like that. That yeah, once upon a time, back in the day, maybe they may have been considered weird, but you can just turn on the television and you'll see that sort of stuff. That is a good question. Have I bought abandoned storage sheds? No, but they have started, Jackie, they have started doing them here in Australia. So there's a site called iBid, and only reason I haven't delved into it any further is because I need to be able to have the stuff like pass through me. Like I, I can't go bid on a storage unit here. I don't have the means to like transport whatever I win and store whatever I bought. I don't have the means to do that, or the funds to be able to do it either. Like I could bid on one and that's okay, but I need to be able to like move it through me And so I have to set that all up first. Make sure I have a trailer so I can take it all and empty as just part of the requirements. And have an online presence to sell stuff. Have an online presence to sell stuff too. So and I don't really have that yet. It's never really been an idea to go down that track. But I mean, it interests me though. It really does interest me. Have you ever gotten a good score of canned goods? Do you have a proper pantry? Have I ever gotten it? Yeah, I've found boxes of canned tomatoes, cases of canned goods in the past, and we don't we here in my town we don't have blessing boxes in my area. We do have them in the city in other places but they're not very. It's not very common. It's not very common here. But they are in Australia. I've tried talking with the council about getting some set up because people aren't always are forthcoming with going to soup kitchens or
Are you alive right now?
yeah.
Are you live right now?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, people? What's going on, people? Hey, coming to you from the 210, bro. I hope you're doing well. Merry Christmas.
That's my dort. So so yeah. So there's no blessing boxes, so everything gets donated directly to the community or food banks or directly directly to families. Have you ever? You've got to go, Margie. No worries. I'll be looking forward to your next video. You have a blessed day. You have a blessed day. I'm like in the middle of my night, and I'm about to pull the pin anyway, guys. Real soon. Just wanted to be on here for a short time, tell you about the cyclone warning that's going on in my state, and now my daughter. What's going on in the state with the cyclone warning, and how that's going to be affecting any content in the future for the next few days. Going to be like the ship is going to be shut down for a little bit while the weather is really going to get an adverse. Also, yeah, the new logo, I'm loving it. I hope you guys are loving it as well. I do have a video that'll be coming out like pretty much straight after this live, so you guys will be able to enjoy it this morning. So keep an eye out for make sure your notifications are on. And yeah, and just happy to answer all your questions and connect with you guys and let you guys know how much I appreciate all your love, support, and encouragement. And yeah, and I thank everyone that gave me the super chats. You guys are amazing, and yeah, just keep doing what you guys are doing. Enjoy the rest of your week and the weekend coming up as well. I'll keep you posted with how things are going on my end. We may go live again in another couple of days, and please go and check out. We've changed the name of the Live Lounge now. And if you guys aren't aware of the Live Lounge, is the collaboration channel and page with myself and Grab It Fast. Getting a lot of comments about people saying, "Oh, you're stealing Big B's content, or you're stealing Grab It Fast content." And well, we're not. We're just putting our best dumpster diving videos in there to hopefully drive traffic towards you. And then as we build a good foundation and a good base with our collaboration channel and page, that we'll be able to show you some of the things that we love and enjoy doing outside of dumpster diving. I think you guys are going to have a real blast. And we started by giving it a new name called What the Fuzz. What the Fuzz. And we're just hoping that's the beginning of a real playful and genuine and fun channel and page and community to be a part of. Yeah, so we're looking forward to bringing stuff out on that. So yeah, What the Fuzz is the new name, new logos, new chapter as 2003 is you know quickly wrapping up on us. We're already into our fourth month, guys. 4 months into the new year already. Out there. What did I do? Oh, we put them straight into like a chili. Yeah, we did like a chili beef like for tacos and stuff like that. Yeah, damn, they went off. They popped off like hard. I loved it, and such a different heat too. Like really nasally and in here, like you could eat it, and put it down, and then it's like a wasabi or English mustard kind of heat came through the nose, man. Whoo! It was beautiful. I could do it again. So yeah, so too hot for you, Roxanne? Yeah, nah, and we use them all. Stay safe out there. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, we'll plan on staying safe. We're not going to get the full brunt of the cyclone. That's happening 2,000 kilometers away. But the residual weather that will come from it will certainly affect, any um, future dumpster diving for at least the next 5 days. But as always, after a cyclone, man, the blue skies come out, the warm weather comes out, and it'll probably be the last cyclone for the season, because that usually stops around about May. So December through to May is usually the time period cyclone season. So let's hope the people up there, McGregor, he was just on earlier before, said that in an hour or so that it was going to they he was up in Port Hedland, so we pray for him and his family and all the friends up there. That they stay safe and everything's tied down and yeah. When you're at red level, yeah, it's cyclone party is over. It's time to batten down the hatches. Yes, the Carolina Reapers are meant to be the hottest chilies out there. I think there's actually another hybrid that is that hits the 2 million Scovilles, which is the heat measurement for peppers, Scovilles, and I think Carolina Reaper. Yes, pray for those in the path. Absolutely, Jackie. Um, let's find out. I've got my computer up here, up and running. Listen, hottest pepper. But I think you're right, though, Shaunos. Hottest pepper in the world 2023 is the Carolina Reaper at 2.2 million Scoville heat units. Then it's the chocolate butler at 2 million Scoville heat units. Then the Trinidad Maruga scorpion. What? at 1.2 to 2 million Scoville heat units. The Pot Douglas is 1.8 and a half. The Dorset Naga is 1.5 million. The Pat Primo or Pot Primo is 1.4 million. Trinidad Scorpion Butch T is 1.4 million Scoville heat units, and the Komodo Dragon is 1.4 million. That's the top 10. Yes, that's true. Lions triggers bears on my snakes. Love cooking videos. Yeah, I'm gonna plan on doing so. I'm leaning towards because my missus is an amazing cook. No, but she's really like shy, and I want to like get her more involved because like, and she cooks all the time. You know, like, like, but we need to be able to work well together first, so then I can film her. She can just carry on and just like ignore the camera and the lights and all of that, and just carry on along her business. But sometimes she doesn't even tell me she's cooking. I just know that what all of a sudden like just starts smelling nice. Right. Well, it's taking me 10 minutes to say see you later, and then I always jump into some other thing. But yeah, those are the top 10 hottest peppers. Top 10 hottest peppers in the world. Well, that's me definitely for sure, guys. I'm going to call it a night. It's nearly 9:45. I got work in the morning. Got to get up at 5 o'clock and head off. So appreciate you guys stopping in and saying hello. My love and blessings to you all. Hope you guys have a great night, and yeah, we'll keep you updated on how things are going. Red Hot Chili Peppers, that's it, Gary. Peace and blessing, guys. Have a great night, and talk to you guys again real soon.